Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. Public hearing. Budget amendment for 2018.
We found just a couple more items that needed to be fixed.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing for budget amendments for 2018 fiscal year.
I'll second it. Motion by Terry, second by Bill to open the public hearing for budget amendment 2018. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Comments? You guys have anything you want to say about the budget amendment? Sheriff, do you have anything you want to say about the budget amendment?
I do not.
I'll take a motion to close the hearing. I'll make a motion to close the.
Can I just, did everybody read this?
Well, is it on a budget?
Yep.
Okay, no, I didn't. No.
I sent it out with everybody. So where am I? Is that the item?
That is?
I don't think so.
I don't know where it is.
Just give me some nice stuff.
Do you want that included in this budget?
No, it doesn't necessarily, I just wanted everybody to be.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that,
This is our last budget amendment for
Okay.
this year.
yeah, so we can proceed.
Yeah, it's not with
Yeah.
today's.
Okay,
Yeah.
next time.
Thank you.
Then I'll,
I think I made a motion to
yeah, all in favor say, close the public hearing.
Oh,
All right, take, the budget amendment for 2018.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment 2018.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Bill, seconded by Terry to approve the budget amendment for fiscal year 2018. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
How do we got stamp this here?
no, I think you just sign it.
Just sign it.
That's the next step.
Okay. Approval of resolutions for 2019.
That's what we're just.
What's this one?
This is
For the
everything.
money for next year's
Oh,
budget.
okay.
So that'll be done on Monday.
This starts the ball rolling for our next fiscal year. Identifies each budget. Resolution.
I know, but
That's multiple resolutions. I'll make a motion to approve the resolutions for fiscal year 2019.
I'll second it. Motion by Terry, seconded by Bill to approve the resolution for fiscal year 2019. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
There's multiple yet,
Okay. Pucker brush.
she's not here.
Not here.
we're a little early too.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's 9:15.
How you doing, Scott?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Now that you all loaded full of culture,
Yeah, that's right.
then,
Almost forgot how to speak English.
okay,
Speaks French over there, and I had to speak through my wife, the translator.
parlez-vous français?
Say, no, not at all. I can pick out some words here and there, but and my name,
Okay.
But
a little early, but, since we're talking about, using courthouse grounds, I don't know if it's a burden, like for Kathy, to have to make it here and stuff. What would it be more advantageous for us just to give approval to the auditor, to them give approval along with Kevin, and so that they can just do it when Kathy comes in or whoever comes in and wants to use the courthouse grounds, or do you want to keep control of that?
I guess I'd like to hear, if there's any changes going forward. She only has to walk across the street, so it's not like.
Yeah, but for anybody, for like Doug Domkos, and,
Well, we've got a certain few that we would always just generically, okay, I mean, it's not,
Yeah.
we're not gonna tell them no for this.
right.
But there may be some requests sometime that they may not want to be the ones to
Okay.
say no. Just,
It doesn't take that much time.
No.
out of our schedule.
Not ours, but I was thinking it was more like them.
if I decide to have a beaver skin, school out here or whatever, on the courthouse grounds.
You left yourself open.
Should we just do number 6?
Yeah, well, go ahead, Scott.
Uh-huh.
Well, and the reason I thought of that is because one of the things I gotta talk to Scott about is,
From yesterday.
yeah, well, it's,
Payroll, oh yeah? Well, the biggest thing's probably, results of the storm from the other night. We have had some roads underwater and had water go across some roads. So our guys have been working hard to get those patched up and bladed, and waiting for some of the roads to kind of come, for the water to go down so that they can get out there and shape them up. But we're not aware of any major culvert or bridge damage or anything like that. So we are maybe fortunate in considering the amount of rain we got down in Fort City. I guess they got less kind of as you go get further away from Fort City. So.
that new culvert that you put in by Florence Park there,
Just off the highway?
just off the highway, just south. There's about that much room in the top, that's all.
Yeah. Kind of. Was it that way today?
It was that way last night.
Okay.
It's probably gone down someday.
I got to go do a few things around the county, so I'll take a look at that and
All I'm saying is
make some notes.
We must have built it just exactly the right side.
Yeah, well, they're meant to function with even a little bit of head above them, so if they're not filling the pipe, then we still got plenty of room. But we try to size them so that we can always see through them if possible, but we do have some parts of the county that have been making some notes so that when we do size them and replace the bridges, we get them right.
What about that damage on the edge of the road by Rembrandt? What was that?
I'm not aware of that.
I talked to Mark last week,
Okay,
and he was going to go look at it.
okay,
It was where our ditch crosses the road, that lat 4 or whatever. It collapsed at the corner, I believe. And Kyle Corey from Rembrandt, they put a cone on it, and then Mark was going to go look at it and see if it has to be protected.
yeah, I'll follow up with Mark about it. Hasn't made it to me yet, but as you know, at that point I wasn't here, so.
Yeah.
As far as level B roads go, you never haul rock to them again, or there's one up by Rake that's come to my attention that is, once it rains, it's practically impassable.
Yeah, our level B policy, kind of informally, we will spot load them typically, and if they get bad enough, we'll resurface them. When it's really wet like this, the level Bs are pretty slippery and
Well,
a
this
little
one
bit
sounds
soft.
like it's that way every time it rains as far as. I did not get up and drive down it myself yet, but,
If they're turning black in spots.
they made it sound like it was pretty muddy, but I haven't seen it myself, so.
Yeah, and we are, of course, resurfacing when weather allows, but we are behind a little bit with
Yeah,
all the,
I've seen
and we
a lot of evidence of it.
Is that one for convenience, or is that for actual, they need to use that road? The whoever's.
They need to use it when they're farming.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nobody living on it.
Yeah.
I'd say, by far and away, the majority of them, if the field is fit, the roads are fit. And there's probably some exceptions. But if it needs material, if they could just give us a call and have an, or tell me which one it is or whatever, and we can take a look at it.
180, I think. Can't remember which two it was in between.
Shoot me a note later or something, Bill.
Let's see that. There we go.
Sticking out.
There you go.
It's actually in Mike's district.
Oh,
Road.
okay.
Yeah. There's Eastfield at here. Yeah.
Probably not a road in the county that isn't soft today.
No, yeah, but I got this complaint earlier this week, or last week actually.
Yeah,
Or no, it wasn't even a complaint.
there was more rain up that way last week than this week.
It is.
But Bill, too, while we're talking about it, some of those, you really got to see them the day or the day after to really see what they're telling you. So a week later, sometimes it's pretty hard to tell. Sometimes you wait a day or two, and by the time you get a look at it, it's dry and in good shape.
Well, he's looking. Here, look at this.
There have been many times where I've gone out and looked at what people thought was really bad and didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
That there is just outside Lake Mills. We call it the Snake Road.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that. If you could have dug that down another probably 300 feet, that would have drained.
So it's just around the curve there on the other side of.
You just put a brand new culvert in. I have had complaints on that.
Yeah, what is it? 3-4 inches deep there? Or kind of hard to tell. Probably, at least it's probably not going over there.
It wouldn't take probably an hour to get back.
Is that getting to somebody
Right there,
else's property?
right there at Kirby Knutsen's house, right there on that curve.
Because it was going over the road a couple times there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe that part probably got fixed.
You they were out there and Sue Smith said, can't you just spend another hour and dig it down so it drains?
480th between 60th and 70th, I believe. And then there was
And it's just muddy, is it?
evidently, yeah, I haven't seen it myself yet, so he just said that it was, when it rained, it's hard to get down it, so. I don't know if that means with his moped or what, but,
Okay, let's wrap this up. Hey,
yep, 15, all right.
are we done? You done?
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead, real quick.
Did Mike Howland talk to you about that area at 150th and 430th, where the ditch needs cleaning out.
I can't recall at the moment.
It's on R50. There's a culvert that crosses R50, I believe, and which is 150th, and it's supposed to drain straight west to the drainage ditch down the right of way, but it's all filled in. So the water instead takes a left-hand turn and ends up out in the field.
I don't think I've talked to him about that.
Well, if you're out and about, then you look back and it's clearly evident the water's just like flying to the left rather than down the ditch.
Okay.
It's diagonal from where the old schoolhouse used to be. I like throwing it out there.
How long ago?
It's the one that's in Lake Mills, so if you look at that schoolhouse, just kidding.
Okay. We all done here? Perfect. Kathy,
Good morning.
good morning.
Yes, we have our event coming up next month. Our schedules have not gone to print yet, so I just have our working copy included in on that. Yes. Do you need a copy too?
Sure. Yeah,
You left that last night? Okay. Okay, so the first few pages are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what we plan on having around the courthouse grounds, and then some of the activities that we have out in the street as well. And then the last couple of pages are our full schedule of events in town, various locations.
I think we know you well enough.
I know, but
Whatever.
perfect.
But I like to support her by letting her advertise.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Scott is chair of the committee, so if anything goes wrong, blame him.
What's the,
Don't come to me.
what's the Battle of the Businesses thing this year?
I can't tell you.
Can't tell you.
No, and we don't tell them until like half an hour before the games, because then they get to strategize, and we don't want that to happen. But they're gonna be good games.
Okay.
The theme of the parade is American Pride, so there'll be a lot of red, white, and blue.
I'll make a motion to approve the use of the courthouse grounds by the city chamber.
I'll second it. Motion by Terry, second by Bill to approve courthouse ground for Buckenbuck Days. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You're on your way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Have a great day. Thanks, you too.
Okay. Line Energy. This you, Scott?
It says permits, I just have one today. Hawaiian Energy submitted 2 permits. One was a modification of an existing one you'd already approved, so I just modified the permit. This one is another one like we've seen lately, where they are undergrounding overhead power lines to get out of the way of the transmission line ITC is putting up. This one is on Apple Avenue, just for a few hundred feet. Pretty straightforward.
And this won't affect the square drainage.
There's not any tiles there. We don't have any, it's outside of the district, in fact, up by toward Emmons there. So, flag signatures on the page on top there, if you approve it.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the permit for Line Energy. I'll second it. Motion by myself, seconded by Bill to approve the accommodation permits for Line Energy. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved. Okay.
Speaking of the Line Energy, I've heard a rumor that if there is new wind turbines up by Buffalo, they might end up being the owner.
Really?
I don't know for sure, I've heard a rumor of it.
With EDF management.
Yeah.
stamp that.
Sign it, and do you sign that?
I'm sorry. Yours.
The transmission line work continues, and we haven't seen many complaints come up. I don't think I've seen any complaints come to our office about the road conditions or anything like that, so,
No, they tear it up, they get right out there.
yeah, well, they have to
Rock
keep,
on it, they got their own maintainer and.
yeah. So we've been permitting cranes and oversized loads to go out there.
It's gotten where it's been a little juicy, like out by my nephews and stuff, and then as soon as you think that it's getting kind of bad, then the next time you go by there, they've been down there. They don't care already.
So I imagine it's in their best interest to be able to do.
Well, no, their trucks are, yeah, I mean, they're gonna have.
Yeah. So it'll be our goal to kind of have the same expectation with EDF and the
Yes.
wind turbines.
Mhm. I received no complaints about that rest out there.
Okay. You're up.
I don't have anything.
I have one.
Okay.
Ron, Mike,
Denise?
no, tall guy.
Oh, Penny.
Benny.
Okay.
We, we gotta get that culvert over
In the middle of the field.
on, right, it's, yeah, it's private, but we gotta do it. It's 2 feet above the grade. Have you seen it?
That's the one we talked about last week.
Yeah.
The private, what's the last name?
Give me the, yeah.
Oh, Happy Miller. Oh, yeah, so
Is that
what I did was I talked to Rick Hopper, sent him a copy of what we had done with 54-6 ditch with those landowners, and I sent a letter to the Cafe Miller.
Okay,
And the letter says that the engineer thought that the size was adequate, and I know Ron was talking about he didn't think it was big enough. But it's up to the landowner to put it back in. It's the drainage district's responsibility to take it out. But the landowner put it in. If the landowner wants to put in a bigger one, that's fine. They just need to let the engineer know a couple days before so they can stake it, so it's at the right grade and level.
okay. So, is it Jensen out there? Who's doing the digging?
Or Jergens.
Jurgens, Jensen. Is he still there? I don't know.
Should be.
And we should have him take that out.
Well, we will, but I haven't heard from her to know, because I just sent her the letter the other day,
Well,
last week, yeah.
in light of how much rain we get, it probably should be taken out and then notify her that it's got to be, if you need access, it'll have to be put back in.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's up to you guys, if you just want it to get taken out.
I think we should take it out.
Oh, that was part of the job.
Well, we need to tell Jurgens to take it out then. Is that okay? I'll stop by there on the way home.
So it wasn't identified in the contract then?
It was, but we didn't know about it. So I didn't know to send her a letter beforehand about it. It was one of those, when we did the other project, it was told to us right away.
I was gonna say, I've heard of this
No.
before.
He's worked around it. I mean, he's already digging on the other side, and he'll be coming back, but.
Yeah. So it's just one of those, it was in
He
the.
didn't know whether he could take it out or not, is that?
Yeah,
Well, so to me, it's in the contract, we already approved that it needs to be taken out
no, we didn't.
as
Did
part of
we?
the
It's part of the
contract.
project.
Yeah,
We just didn't notify the landowner.
Oh, okay,
so we're in that process now.
okay.
So it's probably,
Because I'm not sure that she knows.
We just need to give him the go-ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're good.
it might be in her best interest just to talk to him, to put it back in,
Yeah,
to talk to Jurgens,
Jurgens.
put it back in.
Right,
Since
and
equipment's
the letter
right there.
just says that she just needs to let him know, but I don't know this gal.
I don't either.
To even know.
She's an absentee owner.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know where she lives.
Mason City.
Okay.
some of us were on drainage, I guess it was drainage and secondary roads. Do you know if you guys ever went out and took the beaver dam out of the dredge ditch runs right down the road ditch out by Howard Julie's there, was that what, that'd be 30th? On the east side of the road?
I do not know.
There's a beaver dam right down at the bottom there.
Did you talk to me?
I've talked to you about it before, and, but we wanted to get the beavers first. Now, I also have to check and make sure I talked to 3 different people about trapping the beavers. The first 2 did not follow through, and, I think it was Eric Knudsen I talked to last.
Okay, maybe you want to check
I'm
with
gonna
that.
check with him, make sure you got the beavers, but, the beaver dam is there, and it holds back at least 2.5 feet of water for sure. Right now, it might be underwater.
Yeah. Want to check with Eric first, and then we'll.
Maybe we got enough water here lately to maybe wash it away.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I haven't looked at it in probably a
I'll take it off
month
for
or so.
$100.
What does that mean?
I'll take it out for $100. That's cheap.
Yeah, no, and you'll have fun doing it.
And I will have fun doing it.
We have a closet fire maniac in now.
Leave that between you and the district.
That's the cheapest you're gonna get it out of. Yeah, no, it would be fun too. It would be fun, yeah.
But if it's in the road ditch, is it the road ditch or the drainage ditch?
The drainage ditch is the road ditch. It's right,
So is that Scott's area or the district's area?
no, it would be Sky, it'd be
Still
secondary
Scott's,
road.
closer to the right.
Yes, isn't it? How's that work?
I don't know.
From what I,
I'm not sure, because like for tile, crossings we take care of, parallel tiles we don't.
So there's a parallel tile running right down the road ditch, you don't?
And that's the landowners.
so up there by Rembrandt, that lat 4 that goes up to sub, whatever it is, that would be the district.
Yeah, just not quite sure. I know that we had a slough in there one time that I think was our guys that,
On the road side.
yeah, they took that.
That I can see maybe, but as far as linking up the ditch, probably identify that.
Yeah, I just always thought that anything in the road ditch, you guys took care of, even if it was in a facility.
That one up there is probably wide enough to where it's half in, half out.
Yeah. To think about that.
You 2 want to coordinate? Bill?
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay.
I gotta get a hold. I was just looking to see if I had Eric's phone number in my notes.
Okay.
I don't.
I did have a question. Do you know where Kelsey went for $700?
Oh, that's also a hotel reimbursement.
Yeah, I know.
She went to,
She went in Iowa, but she stayed 2 nights, so the hotel is a lot, so it just all gets lumped in one
she
description.
was over at Okoboji or whatever, over there.
Yeah, so
There
it's
was,
the
somebody
mileage,
got,
her hotel.
County mileage is separate here,
Okay,
and then it's hotel.
But it could have been mileage from something else. So,
It says hotel reimbursement $669 for 2 nights.
maybe it was more than 2 nights, maybe it was 3. Now I don't remember.
it was a county attorney's,
Yeah,
district.
no, it was like the whole statewide county attorneys, how they all get together and do whatever they do, I guess.
Yeah.
But it,
Other than that, I didn't see anything.
and I suppose they all stayed at one of the nicer motels in the world, I suppose.
I'll make a motion to approve the county claims.
Second that. Motion by Terry, seconded by me to approve the county claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Auditor's transfers. Bill, you have that.
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor transfers.
I'll second.
Motion by Bill, seconded by Terry to approve the auditor's transfers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Open forum.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's manure management or rendering, I don't know what it. It's just an info.
Oh, okay, that's probably just a
Just to let us know. kind of
stamp
thing.
the approval, yep, that's for manure disposal, yep. And they do it right, so.
Is that something we approve, or is that just something we view?
Well, it's not on the agenda.
Not on the
so
agenda.
we
Well,
assume
it's like a normal manure management then.
Yeah.
You just look at it and then I.
Accept it.
Yeah, we don't even stamp it. do we?
No, we just,
Yeah, but license to market it.
I guess we need to be approved of, put on the agenda again.
Okay, payroll claims. Did you have anything?
Oh, were you talking?
No, go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead.
No, I was just leaving.
Okay.
I was just wondering, where do I go to find out what the laws and the rules are governing road signs for political purposes?
That's pretty spelled out in the statutes, the state of Iowa statutes.
State of Iowa.
I know you can't, what is the feet? Like for, when we run for office, the political signs, it's gotta be what, 50 feet back, something like that? It can't be in the right of way.
Right, I think if you're, as long as you're just inside somebody's property, you're
It
okay.
can't be in the right of way.
The driveways, a lot of people use the driveway within the right of way. I don't know if that's the.
I got reprimanded for it.
I don't want to get reprimanded for anything. I want to do everything correctly.
Yeah. The person that you would talk to would be the DOT person,
Okay.
They're the ones that are.
out of
Mason City.
Mason City or Hamilton.
All right.
Because that's the one that, actually, the guy from Fort City here is going to talk to me. He said I had to move a sign because it was in there right away. So, it was on a person's property, but it was still in the highway right away, okay? It's kind of like my property. I got a driveway that, their right of way goes about 90 feet back into my driveway. And they made me move a sign there too, so.
Oh,
It's just, I'm pretty sure it's just right away of the DOT.
And the right of way is measured from what?
Center of the road,
The center.
but it differs. It's amazing. It differs
You have to
from,
kind of look for their orange
Yeah.
stakes with
Yeah.
pins that mark the right of way on state highways.
Okay.
And right of ways, you can also tell by fence lines or power pole lines or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Power
Ditches, backs
poles
of
are always
ditches.
on.
So we'll be safe if.
you know what? If you're wrong, they will just ask you to move it. There's nothing will happen to you, okay? They'll just ask you to move it and that's.
you won't,
The setback you were talking about was more for a permanent sign.
Yep.
Temporary, election signs can be right up to the right of way. If you're gonna put in a billboard or something, then you have to have a permit and it has to be so far back.
I wouldn't be concerned about it.
I don't,
If you put it somewhere you shouldn't be, they'll just ask you to move it. So,
Do you know what the time frame is when you can start putting them up and when they have to be taken down?
you know what, that's, Carlos.
60 or 90 days before, isn't it, the election? Seems like it.
Carla will know?
I had one stay up all year round.
She's gonna be.
Someone put it up and I didn't know about it and
I would talk to the, district engineer down in Mason City. It's in the phone book. You
Okay.
just look in the Mason City phone book, you'll be able to.
Sure.
Carla's gone for 2 weeks, so.
Pardon me?
Carla is gone for 2 weeks, so you can't test her.
I can't talk to her.
Don't be concerned. They'll just ask you to move it. If it's where it should be.
You have about a 50% chance of getting to know the public safety center better.
That's one way to educate them.
I don't want to be an agitator. I want to do things right. We're invested in doing things right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You bet. You bet.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Well, did you hear about me going to the executive board meeting? That was entertaining.
Or did you take your, was everything
You don't sign it.
yes,
You
no?
signed it, or-
Yeah, but it's.
Was everything
Oh, it's draining.
built? Was everything, yeah, okay.
The main reason we wanted to go, they ended up.
We're on open forum now, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
That way we can all listen.
Right, Chairman?
If you would hurry up and stamp those, we could just adjourn the session.
He's a machine.
And then we can turn the recording off and hold an illegal meeting.
I've only been accused of that once. It wasn't here. Like I said, if I was gonna plot the demise of Winnebago County, I wouldn't do it in a meeting room full with 40 people in it, and the press was there, and people were taking notes and minutes. Yeah.
Well, I think the law should be changed on that. You know, when you talk personnel, that shouldn't have to be in a meeting, in my opinion.
I closed the book, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I closed the book.
The public doesn't need to know. I would hope they would trust their officials enough on personnel, matters. Just some of that stuff gets pretty.
And it can be damaging to the person that you're
Yeah,
talking about, or whatever's going on.
Well, there is a code that allows for you to talk about it in closed session.
Yeah, but they have to, if you want to talk about a personnel matter, but they don't request it,
Yeah, we can't
it
request
makes it difficult. It really does, in my opinion.
Same with interviews. If somebody's interviewing for a job and doesn't want their previous employer or their current employer,
Right.
no, there's no way they can stop it from being. Yes, it's in.
The difference between a 5-man board and a 3-man board, it takes care of itself with a 5-man board, because I'll go meet with one of them, then he'll go meet with the next one, say what I said. It happens. It makes no sense.
It happens anyway.
Eric in there?
No.
He was.
Hit the road.
Nope.
I will now.
So it's a popular place out there, huh?
It is a popular place.
Unfortunately.
How'd your switch over to generator work the other night?
Good. We lost, I'm not sure we had anything to do with that, but copy machine was into a plug-in, and for whatever reason, that plug-in blew a circuit, and called the copy people, and they came and looked at it and said, capacitor blew up inside the copy machine. So I don't know what would have caused that, if there was a burst of power.
So you run that through a surge protector or anything?
Yeah, they have Marco has its own surge protector on it. So.
Well, my dad lost a monitor for his computer, and it was freaky thing. It'll come on just for a little bit and then it disappears.
A lightning strike out there, or just the surge of the power?
Well, something happened. I don't know if it was lightning or wind or whatever, but there was a transformer down just north of where.
Snap across the street.
Yep.
The tree took out a pole.
Yeah. Did you guys lose power out there?
Until they got it fixed.
Looked like the north half of town along the highway anyway. Because both cases were okay.
Well, we got rain in Lake Mills, but it didn't rain hard, you know. And, we grilled that night, and we just bring the burgers in off the grill, and my phone rang, and it was Brian. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "This storm is kicking my ass." I said, "What storm are you talking about?"
I started getting notices on my phone for the flooding in Fort City.
So did I.
Specifically Fort City, and I'm like, ooh.
I didn't have my phone on me, so I just, but anyway.
Yeah, we hadn't gotten anything at that point.
How you guys missed it? We had boating and everything going on here. It was great.
Oh, we were down here.
I thought about driving down there to look at it. But then I thought, well, I didn't want to be in anybody's way, you know how those people are, and then one of the vehicles that had to get pulled out of the water.
You would have made it just north of 360th, and then after that, you would have been boating down all the way into Secret 69 and 9.
By the time we got
That is the first time I've seen semis back up in unison.
By the time we got here, 960 corner was cleared out. They must have just got water into the building at the Fort City stores, or?
Oh, they had 5 or 6 inches in there.
Yeah.
They showed on YouTube where they were probably a dozen people in there squeegeeing, and
Did the emergency services center have any water in it?
said no.
I don't think it got that high unless it came down the hill through it or something.
No, I don't think that's.
They came down that hill pretty good.
It was coming at a clip, because I was driving through it to get to the station, and it was coming down at a pretty good, I thought for a moment I would lose the car. But then I slowed down to about 5 miles an hour, and the semis were backing up in unison. There were about 3 or 4 of them that were just backing up, one right after, and in just perfect formation, going up the hill, fighting it. And, but it was a river down 69, literally a river coming down. And 360th was no paradise either. My car floated over to the other side of the gravel road.
Did it, really?
Yep. I had an Aztec in there with sandbags and everything else, and that son of a gun just went for a ride on 360th where the lake, where that low crest is. They've got it closed off now, but there was at least 8 inches right in there, and I just floated right across, and then I picked up gravel and took off because I got 4-wheel drive.
Did you ever hear that turn around, don't drown thing?
I didn't see it. Honest to God, I didn't see it because it was dark, and I saw one flash of lightning, and when I saw the flash of lightning, I saw the water. And I'm like, too late. And I went right into it, and the momentum carried me right across, and then I just got up onto the road, and I said, okay, I'm not taking that side again, I'll go the other way. I leave at 11 o'clock at night, and over there off, it's not 360th, but it's that one gravel road over by the vet's office.
180th.
2 large puddles of water that I had to drive through to go through there. It was a mess.
I was on the I-74 in western Indiana once, and you could just see they were just getting a nasty storm ahead of me as I was going west. And time I got there, it was the aftermath, just sprinkling yet. And I come over a hill, and then I come down, and I'm like, looking, it's dark, you know, and raining and all that. And I'm like, oh, it's really dark. It had a flash flood spot where I would guess it was probably 50 yards. Water was probably 2 foot deep. I hit it at 50 miles an hour.
Right.
If the other semis that had already hit it and were in the ditch and left their lights on, I would have been able to see them. But are in time to know that there was something going on. One guy was standing in his door, standing on the door, and he was knee deep in the water. And I hit it and went through there, and it just blew my battery box off, tweaked my bumper back. And as I'm get through there, and I pull over, and the semi was right behind me, and he was right behind me. I remember thinking he gets on the CB, and he goes, "Thanks, I'll be transported." He said, "Wherever you went, I went." You know, somehow, I swear, I was using my tires as a rudder as I was going through it. It was, you know.
Sure.
He just followed the back. He just always didn't follow your tail lights.
I don't need those.
Oh,
There was a Forest City Cruiser, it was an Explorer that was
Oh, my
out there
gosh.
right in front of the bar.
Yeah.
And his tires, he had water going up to the
I'll second.
bottom of his
Motion by Terry,
car.
seconded by Bill to approve the.
And I thought for
claims.
sure,
All in
dude,
favor, say aye.
you are parked right close to the Winnebago River. Are you really trying to kill yourself, or what's the deal?
Thank you.
Had his lights on and everything, so you could see what was going on. It's just
Let's
like.
have our legal meeting.
But he was parked out there, and I looked at him, and I'm like, and he just puts his hands